How Illinois Democrats are preemptively combating a Chicago crackdown by Trump. Chicago, Illinois Gov. J.B. Pritzker set in motion a campaign against federal intervention in his state more than a week ago. Before immigration agents descended on Chicago and the threat of a National Guard deployment loomed, there was Pritzker, showing off the city on social media and in TV interviews. One interview featured him walking on a sunlit path along Lake Michigan, and another had him sitting in a restaurant in the city's Little Village neighborhood. This week, he staged a news conference in front of a Chicago river teeming with summer tourists and Trump's hotel prominent in the background. Pritzker and his team were laying out an intentional visual record. Their strategy was to stock national media with footage of a typical day in Chicago to show it was far from the worst and most dangerous city in the world, as President Donald Trump has proclaimed on his Truth Social platform. The president's absurd characterizations do not match what is happening on the ground here. He has no idea what he's talking about, Pritzker told reporters this week. There is no emergency that warrants deployment of troops. He is insulting the people of Chicago by calling our home a hellhole, and anyone who takes his word at face value is insulting Chicagoans, too. Pritzker's tag is the latest employed by Democratic leaders from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, who have become the target of a White House that has threatened to send, or has already sent, National Guard troops into their states. In Chicago, Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson have made clear that the Trump administration slashed public safety funding, including canceling hundreds of millions of dollars in grants, with specific impacts on anti-violence programs in the city, even as it is calling for law enforcement escalation. Johnson also criticized red states for lax laws that he said enable the flow of guns into his city. Johnson laid out examples of Chicago working with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives to get guns off the streets. My question is, why did Trump cut $468 million from the ATF's budget in his nasty signature bill? Why did he cut funding for the agency responsible for getting guns off our streets by almost 30%? Johnson said at a news conference. Illinois governor discusses President Trump's plans to deploy National Guard troops in Chicago. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson listens as Illinois Gov. J.B. Pritzker speaks at a news conference to address President Donald Trump's plan to send National Guard troops into the city. Scott Olson. Getty Images. Though crime is down in the cities Trump has targeted, Democrats have been faced with the unpopular prospect of appearing to downplay the issue and rejecting federal assistance. But as the clashes have escalated in recent weeks, Democratic leaders have fine-tuned their messages. This week, Trump suggested he could send National Guard troops to New Orleans, noting that Louisiana's Republican governor would be compliant. Some Democrats saw that as a sign that their focus on Trump only targeting blue states was working. "You do see our governors leading and pushing back with the right approach," said Josh Marcus Blank, a Democratic strategist. "None of them are saying crime is fixed.